All right, how are things looking here? Looks like we're live. I can confirm that real quick. If anyone is here, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming in. You're very early. Okay, yes, we're good. We're good. We are live. I see it here on YouTube Studio. So, hello everyone. I know it's probably gonna be more of you guys watching the VOD, so I figured I'll gear towards that. But those who may have questions and stuff like that, they will be. I will answer them here on the stream. So it's been approximately 3 weeks since the last update. And in the last update, I did say that I didn't really have any content to put out because everything that I wanted to put out has essentially been put out, with the exception of maybe one or two things. But um, I kind of forgot about what I wanted to do. So those things have kind of been scrapped until I can remember what the things I actually want to do. Can get put back in my brain and I can get them out for you. But I do actually have some positive news. Hello, Jeffy. Hello, Ladarian Rogers. Glad to see you guys in chat. Um, I'm actually going to be contacting a bowling center next week up in New Hampshire, center that you guys have seen on the channel before, because the bowling centers are going to be allowed to reopen at the end of the month up there. So I may actually be able to start bowling in about 9 or 10 days. Um, it's going to be about an hour long session because you actually have to reserve online in order to actually get in. And of course, they're restricting the amount of people that can go into the center and restrict the amount of lanes that can be used. I know that's more likely going to be the case at work once I return to work. And from what I understand, we're going to be down for another 6 weeks at bare minimum. If people do the things that they're supposed to do correctly, my work will be opening again in about 5.5 to 6 weeks. But if anyone screws up, we go right back to square one. Which means I will not be able to work for even longer, which is driving me crazy, as you can imagine. I can't believe how much I miss work. It's I've done so much around here to the point where I just have nothing else to do until something comes up. And from what I understand, if things go the way they should, I might be going back to work in about 1 or 2 weeks. Yes, Caleb, you are correct on that. By the way, hello, welcome to the live show. I don't know why chat isn't showing up here. It should be, but for some reason, it ain't showing up. So forgive me for that. Yeah, for some reason chat won't show up here on Streamlabs, so we're just gonna have to deal with zero chat. So yes, I may be able to start bowling again in about 10 days if things go well. I'm gonna try to make the reservation for next Saturday. It's gonna be about a 40-45 minute drive. Hello. And I'll only be bowling for maybe an hour because I doubt I'm gonna be able to get a 2 hour block as much as I would love to. You live in Washington, so you're hoping that bowling centers open up in late June. That's exactly my situation, Mr. Bowl 14. I have not bowled in. What is it? I think the last day I bowled was March 17th, if memory serves me correctly. Something like that. Let me check real quick. I know it was a Monday. 16th. March 16th was the last day I bowled. We ended the season in my league prematurely by 3 weeks. Hello, Dakota Beachler. Welcome to the stream and the chat. And I haven't thrown a ball since. I have rotated my equipment a couple of times. I did buy new chamois for my bowling balls, a new towel, new slider, sole and heels for my shoes because the main ones that I use are pretty worn down, so I needed to get new ones. And the chamois, the Brunswick chamois that I had for a while was not doing the trick, I felt. So, new chamois, new towel, just to update things a little bit. And I'm waiting to see, once I actually can bowl again, if I need to replace my Hammer Black Urethane ball because I think the thumb hole area is disintegrating from inside. You really like messenger strokes when the 7 takes out the 10. I don't think I've ever had a messenger like that. At least not in a long time. Not in recent memory. I still remember that time when I had a burnt out deck light. I was bowling in Lowell. And the head pin went across both walls to take out the 10. I know Wamasit has updated the pin deck lights. So now I think we have the Lightworks kit installed over all the machines, including Candlepin. I'm really curious to see how that looks in the Candlepin machines. And I'm actually going to talk to the owner to see when we go back to work. I want to start doing time lapses there because before we reopen the building, they want us to rebuild all the machines. So all 36 pin setters torn down, rebuilt to the best that we can in the 4 to 6 weeks that we have to do so. I think it's going to be great to get these machines rebuilt because they kind of need it. They've been through a lot, especially the Candlepin machines. The Candlepin machines usually don't see this kind of usage. But it's great that we're going to have that opportunity to get in there, work in the machines, rebuild them, get them tuned up to the way they should be. And hopefully we won't hit our heads in the light bars too much because the other center I worked at that had GSX machines, I hit my head in those light bars a bit. I bowl with 15 and 16 pounds, Mr. Bowl. My Hammer Psycho Raw, my Brunswick Kingpin, my Hammer Black Urethane, and my Hammer Scandal. Those 4 bowling balls are 16 pounds. My spare ball is 15 pounds, and my Track Heat Lava is also 15 pounds. Yes, Dover Bowl. I haven't been there in years. I can't remember the last time I was there. It may have been 2011. ...2011 was a very interesting year for me on YouTube. That was when I had that video go viral. That's also very true, Dakota. Although I don't think that would be so much of a concern on the GSXs. I'm part of a pin setter group on Facebook, and they've actually been blowing motors on A2s because they haven't been moving. I do believe the machines have been getting cycled every so often, though, so I don't think that's going to be a problem because people have been in the building because they were doing a remodel at the time. They were changing out lights, changing the sound system, so I believe the machines have been getting cycled. So I know for a fact that these machines have been getting cycled. So that's not going to be so much of a concern. It's more so just the fact that we've been dealing with issues with the machines, and unfortunately, they don't really give us the time to actually get in there and deal with the issues. At least with a permanent fix. Like for example, we've been going through table gears pretty frequently. For some reason, those gears just get chewed up. I mean, then again, when it's a polymer, plastic gears, it will do that. I believe that they are plastic at least. I think they're. Yeah, Strikers East. That's where I'm gonna be next Saturday. At least I'm going to try to be there because they're taking reservations now for the end of next weekend. Yeah, the end of the month. They're taking reservations. They can call them or you can go to their Facebook page and message them. That's where I'm gonna try to get to. Because I haven't been to Strikers East since 2014, I think. 2014, maybe 2016. When was the last year they did the Pro-Am? That was the last time I was there. Yes, I am left-handed. Always have been. That's never going to change because people hate me for it, and I love it. Gotta love being left-handed. Because the thing is, when you bowl left-handed, not a lot of people really bother you. Not a lot of people really bother your shot. So it's nice to be able to have that side to yourself for the most part. But at the same time, too, there are cases where I don't mind having another lefty, especially if I'm having issues. Because this way here, we can at least collaborate a little bit. Oops. So that's the big thing I wanted to update you guys on is the fact that I will probably be getting back to bowling at the end of next week, and I'm gonna make sure that I can bring my miniature tripod with me so I can record the stuff on my phone. Because believe me, I want to get new content up here for you guys, and it's kind of hard to when there's nothing to upload. I actually want to visit Fire Lake at some point. I've been to Oklahoma once, and that was because that was when I was in the Army for a short bit. And I want to go back, as Oklahoma seems like a nice place. Not to mention, too, I love bad weather, and I want to be there for a tornado. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone. I would love to see a tornado in person. I love bad weather. Fun fact, I actually wanted to be a meteorologist for a little while, but that ended up not working out when I heard the amount of math that you may have to do. So I don't like math unless it's basic. If it's basic math, all day. I love math. Yep, that's right. I mean, the thing is, too, is that the PBA and bowling in general is more popular in the Midwest and even the West Coast to an extent. But more so in the Midwest, the South. That's where a lot of the love for bowling is. Um, for those who are more local to me, you guys may know that the last bowling center, the last Candlepin Center in Worcester, Mass, is shut down permanently now, and Worcester is where Candlepin bowling originated. Well, I mean, it's one thing to leave a 5 pin; it's another thing to miss it. That's when you have to buy everyone around. Thankfully, I haven't had to do that yet. um, so yeah, it's like I know that the industry has been taking quite a hit from this. I think I've heard now 5 centers permanently shutting down because of the shutdown, the mandatory shutdown that everyone's had to go through. Of course, bowling centers are some of the last places to reopen, along with stuff like Six Flags and all that other stuff. It'll be nice to see the PBA back on TV soon this summer. I'm not even sure if they're going to allow spectators for the PBA league. They're gray. Yeah, they're gray. I am thinking of getting new ones though. These things are 3.5 years old now, something like that. No, they're about 3 years old. Because I got them shortly before I quit my old job. Because I wanted to get them before I lost my discount. Um, they're nearly 3 years old and they've had a lot of use. Because of that, the battery has depleted quite a bit and doesn't hold a charge quite as good anymore. They still sound great. I've replaced the ear pads once. But I'm thinking of switching by the end of the year, especially where I have to charge them once a day, if not every other day. No, you're okay, Caleb. You're okay. Um, and I'm actually thinking of going to the Sony noise canceling headphones because I hear they're far superior for sound quality and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I love Bose headphones. These things are fantastic. But I love good sound, especially if I'm playing games. I don't like cords because I can't tell you the amount of headphones I've broken running over the cord with my chair. Um, Turn on the air conditioner again. There we go. Put the air conditioners in yesterday and such a difference. Thing is, my room is right above the kitchen, so whenever we cook, the heat goes right up here. Um, the only thing is, I love the exhaust system I had before because my air conditioner is on the window at the other end of the room, and then I have this window over here with a fan. I would open up both of the windows, good amount, turn on the fan to low to medium, and it makes this effect where the cooler outside air comes in, along with all the pollen, of course. But I'd rather have the pollen than heat. Well, I can turn the music on. You guys will hear it on stream, but thankfully, I do actually have a license to play a lot of the Monster Cat library. So I'll put a little bit on here just to have something on in the background for you. Give me 1 second. Let me do that real quick. Alright, I gotta move this over here. There we go. Chill out filter. There we go. That's actually not a lot of songs. Let's see. Not a lot of that one either. Hopefully you guys can hear that a little bit. Might actually turn it down just a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, the Messy Strikes video. That was a fun one to make. 710s I've actually made twice in the past couple of years. Both times I've made the 710 was actually on GSXs. The only time I've come close a couple times on A2s, but it's hard to do it with A2s with me because half the time when I leave the 710, I'll hit the 7 pin, I'll knock it halfway up the lane, but it doesn't get anywhere near the 10. There's two ways to make a 710 on a GSX. And the way I made it both times was, since I'm left-handed, I aim for the 7 pin, obviously. 7 pin, flush. You have to hit the 7 pin almost dead on, but you have to hit it about a quarter of an inch off to the left side, and still have to hope that the ball will hit the 7 pin again while it's in the curtain to fling it over to the other side and into the 10. The first time I made it, though, reminded me of how John Mazza made it on an 8270 back in 1991 when he made the 710 on TV. Because the 7 pin went up in the air after getting hit by the ball a second time, hit the pin deck between the 5 and the 9 spots, bounced up in the air, and hit the 10 pin on the side at the very top. So it actually almost bounced over the 10. Also, I wish I had my camera with me when I actually flung a 7 pin over the sweep, over a GSX sweep, and into the next lane. Of course, on GSXs, the only way you can bounce pins into other lanes is over the sweep, because the thing is, on GSXs there's guards that are on each machine, so it's impossible for the pin to get through unless it breaks through the through the guarding. I have a feeling, though, I'm not going to have that kind of speed again, though. At least not for a while, because I haven't really been doing much, so I'm kind of weak right now. Matter of fact, I was swinging, the ball like a pendulum in my arm a few days ago, and it feels real heavy. For me, that'd be the 2710. Caleb, but I've made that a couple times. I don't leave it very often. That's one of the hard ones for me as well, is particularly when you leave. For me, being left-handed, you hit the pocket and it's a solid 9. But the thing is, though, is that I feel like I actually know when the ball is going to leave a 9 pin because of the rotation and the position of my wrist when I let go of the ball. I can almost know when I'm going to leave a 9 pin nowadays, whereas back in the day I wouldn't really pay attention to that. But as I've become more experienced in the past few years, I've noticed that, I can actually leave the 9 pin if I see the rotation of the ball. If I see the rotation of the ball and how the pattern on that ball is moving, I may actually be able to tell if I'm going to leave a 9 pin if it hits the pocket dead flush. So yeah, with everything going on here, there really hasn't been a lot going on, honestly. Just a matter of waiting for things to calm down so we can start reopening some things again. I know a couple of things have opened up again here in the state. Um, the There's gonna be a few more things opening up next week. Um, then the week after, some things in Boston are gonna be able to open up, and then 3 weeks from this past Monday. Yes, I do, but I can't do it right now because excuse me, my throat's a little bit dry. But obviously, I can't bowl right now because everything is closed. Yeah, I can bowl pretty decent though. I mean, you know, in a sport league, I average about 200, and on your typical house shot, I can average in the mid 220s. But this summer is going to be very interesting in terms of getting back into bowling, because I've got to basically relearn everything, almost. As much as it'd be great to have it be like a bike, it really isn't. But, yeah, I feel like when things come back, it's going to take a little time to get back up to speed again. Because I'm so used to bowling, you know, once or twice a week, at least. And now not bowling for over 2 months, that's the longest I've gone without bowling. Even when I came back from the Army, like, I bowled again for the first time in less than a month. This has been 2 months and change now. And by the time I get back to the lanes, hopefully by the end of next week, up in New Hampshire, it'll have been 2.5 months. So I don't know how my body's going to react. I don't know how I'm going to do. I doubt I'm going to do that good. I'm not even going to pay attention all that much. But it's more so, I just want to make sure that I can bowl, get loosened up, get my body refamiliarized with it again. And I suggest that to anyone as well who bowls competitively. Once you're able to get back in the lanes, get on it quick. Well, what's your average typically? Dakota, I've thrown 311 times. 5 of those, I believe, were sanctioned. I believe it's 5. 5 or 6 sanctioned. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's at least 5. Yes, I am, Caleb. But yeah, this live stream is mainly just to update everyone on how things are going. There's nothing really specific, you know, to discuss. 150s, 160s, all right. So I'll say about 157 would be your average if I were to guess. So for you, 222, yeah, that would be a good game. For me, that's close to my average personally. So at least on a house pattern, it's close to my average. It's hard to shoot 220s, 230s when you're in a sport league, though. I will say that. I keep getting these spam texts. This is annoying. There we go. Personally, I actually bowled in the shark pattern once, and I actually can do pretty good on shark. Give me a couple games to get used to it, and I can bowl on shark. But there is... I would actually like to bowl on more oil patterns that force you to play the extreme outside. Yeah, it's like saying, hey, you know, you took some place in a contest or something, and hey, you won an iPhone 11. It's like, second place is an iPhone, really? Not to mention too, it said a name that wasn't mine. So, but yeah. Anyways, I think we're gonna end it here because I mainly just want to do something quick, just to update everyone on what's been going on. So, again, I might be back bowling at the end of next week for at least a week. You know, I might have a day where I can bowl. Bring my phone. Get some footage for you guys. See how it's like bowling up here during the pandemic. And I would actually like to talk to see if when I get back to work, I would actually like to do some time-lapse footage for you guys. And something that'd be good for the website, you know, for the Wamisit page. So people can actually see, you know, what we're doing in a time-lapse fashion when it comes to rebuilding the machines. So people can see, hey, we're getting stuff done where we want you guys to see, you know, what's going on, how we do things. Hey, thank you, Puhar, for the $1.99. Yes, I did hear about that, and I'm really excited to see how that's going to turn out. Even though it's not going to be, you know, there's going to be no fans. That's going to be really weird. I know the last tournament they did do no fans, and I thought it was very strange without fans. You have to have the fans in sports. Otherwise, it's just not the same. So, I feel like it's going to take a while for things to get back to normal. I don't think it's going to be back to normal until the fall at the very least. And, of course, that's when they're worried there's going to be a second wave of this. Who is my favorite PBA athlete? I do like Belmonte. He's not my favorite, though. I do like Belmonte. It was great to actually chat with him for a little while at the PBA League last year. All time, though, my favorite player personally, and I know some of you guys aren't going to know this name, but I've always idolized Steve Hoskins. I love Steve Hoskins. And when I heard he was bowling on the PBA 50 Tour again, well, he was coming back to the PBA. I haven't really seen him, though. So I don't know if he really did come back. But I loved watching him bowl. That high backswing, that power. I tried to bowl like him when I was younger. It was not easy. Yes, I know, Caleb. Everyone knows about Jason Belmonte. But I'd say, personally, my favorite from when I was a kid was Steve Hoskins. Second place, I would say, is Parker Bowman III. Third place, Jason Couch. Belmo would probably be 4 or 5. because I love how he revolutionized the sport. He's definitely in the top 5. Don't get me wrong, but he's just not top 3 for me. You know, Parker Bowen, because he's just so down to earth. I feel like if he didn't have as many issues, you know, going bowling for the title, he had a tendency to, you know, choke in the title matches, unfortunately. And he could have won, you know, easily another 10, 15 titles. Caleb, I know. I know a lot about him. But yeah, anyways, guys, I think we're gonna end the stream here. I hope to I hope to have more videos for you guys in a couple weeks once I'm able to get back into the lanes. If things go well, I'll be back bowling in about 2 weeks, and I'll be able to get those videos up for you shortly afterwards. Once I get the videos edited and stuff like that, so I don't get content ID matched for every video to upload. I hate editing. I'd rather upload the raw footage for you guys. But that, again, that's what the library channel is for. I have a library channel that syncs all my YouTube videos, at least most of them, to library. And I also will upload the full videos, uncut, unedited, directly to library. So, once that happens, I will make sure to get you guys up to speed and show you guys how things are up here once I get back in the lanes. Yeah, I don't like Randy Peterson. I hate him. I feel like he's very self-centered, if you want my honest opinion. Chris Barnes is very good. Tommy Jones, I think he's amazing. Randy Peterson, I don't like him. I have no respect for him. He blocked me on Twitter years ago. Don't know why. Yeah, he just doesn't seem like a people person. Yeah, anyways, guys, I'm gonna get going. I will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks with a new video or two once I get back on the lanes. If not, I'll probably be live again in 2 or 3 weeks, just for another update video, an update stream. But thank you guys for being here with me in the live chat. Kyle Troop, I think he's okay. Not in my top 5 or top 10 or anything, but he's a cool guy. Decent bowler. Caleb, I don't know. But anyways, guys, I'll see you later. Hopefully I can get some videos up for you soon. If not, like I said, I'll do a live stream in 2 or 3 weeks. But if you guys miss me, go follow me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch 5 nights a week. I'll be back tomorrow on Twitch. So follow me over there, or even throw a sub. The sub over there is $5 a month. And you get to use my face as an emote. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. Stay safe, stay healthy. I miss you guys. Can't wait to bowl again. I can't wait to show you videos again soon.